Right now, let's sign in into our MySQL account. So first what we're going to do is we're going to create a database. Okay, and so let us name the database. So let us name the database as, let's say, testing. Okay, so now we're going to see what is a database. So database management system. So what is database management system? So basically, let's say we have a group of information. Okay, so let's say we are having multiple tables over here. So let me say this is table 1, let me say this is table 2, let me say this is table 3, and so on. So you have multiple tables inside a certain group. So here, this whole cloud, what I draw here is basically the database. So whole thing is the database. So basically a database is a collection of information. A database is a collection of information. Over here, those information are in the form of tables. Okay, so let's say we're creating a table called, let's say, sample. So the table sample will be inside this database. So here we create a table called sample, which is inside this database now here. Okay, so let me take a real time example. Okay, so let's say you are running a hospital and you want to make various records. So here currently our database name will be hospital. Okay, so let this be our basic database for a hospital. Now inside hospital there are various activities that are going on. So let's say the first one you want for your management. So you create a table for management. So this is table 1, which is inside the database called hospital. Okay, now you create a second table. Let's say you can name it as patient record, patient log. Let's say patient log, and let this be table 2. So we have 2 tables right now, and we can also create multiple. You can create multiple tables over here. Number of tables doesn't matter. Okay, so it doesn't matter how many number of tables you want. So basically a database is a collection of all these various tables or informations which can be accessed later on. Okay, so that is all about database. Don't forget to finish the whole query with the semicolon at the end. Okay, now in order to use the current, create a table, we need to use the current database. Hence, we write this command, use string, which is our database created. Now, in order to create a table, we are just going to write the command create table with the table name. So here we are taking the table name as employees, and we are going to assign a few headings for the table we are going to create. Okay. So if you see over here, let's now the first heading is employee ID. Int means integer. So basically employee ID is going to be an integer. Primary key over here means it is a unique value. So basically the value which is entered once cannot be repeated again. So again, if you see, the second table heading is employee name. Employee name is which is given to individual employees, and varchar means it is a variable character. So the bracket 50 denotes that we can use maximum of 50 characters for the employee name. And similarly, we have employee salary. So employee salary is also an varchar, which is also 50, which means maximum we can allot 50 characters for that table. At the last we have designation, which is also a varchar or a variable character, which is also 50 characters long. Okay, so if you see over here, next, in order to view the table which we created, we use the command which is select asterisk from employees. So what this command says is that select asterisk means select all from employees. Okay, so basically it's an empty set, hence it gives empty set as a result. So currently, in order to insert values inside a table, we need to use this command insert into employees values. So what this does is we are inserting certain values inside the table employees which we created in the above statement. So if you see carefully, the first heading that we created is an int, which means it is an integer function. Hence, we don't need to enclose it within quotes. Hence, we just wrote 1000, which is the employee ID. And for the employee name, it is a variable character. Hence, it must be enclosed within double quotes. Okay, just a second. I need to make a quick change over here. So, actually, employee salary must be integer, but we have given a variable character. Hence, I just drop the table and then create a quick one with big integer. So here big integer means that the integer value is more than the normal integer value. By default, normal integer value is somewhere between like 35,000, I guess, if I'm not sure. So big integer means we are entering values which are more than that. So others are the same. So we are going to follow the same command: insert into employees values and ID 1000, just 1000, and employee name over here. Let's give it as John. Now for employee salary, since we have made salary as a big integer, which means that, so since it is big integer, we are giving it let's say 50,000, and at the last the designation has manager. So you can clearly see that the output is query okay, and one row has been affected. That one row affected is the row which you have currently typed in. Okay, so similarly, let us finish entering all the other entries similarly. So for the second entry, let's say we are getting a guy's name has Michael with 30,000 as a salary, and his designation is tester. And don't forget to change the employee ID for every entry. So for the third entry, we are the employee ID will be 1002, and the employee name will be Rachel, and let us say the employee salary has 45,000. So Rachel's designation is going to be marketing team. Okay. So yes, again similarly, we are going to change the ID as 1003, and let the name be let us keep the name as Vic. Let's say Vic, and then let Vic's salary be 60,000. I guess 60,000 will be good. And then Vic's role is going to be let's say senior manager. Okay, so Vic is going to play senior manager. Okay, just a lot of typos over here. Fine. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to display the table which we have right now inserted. So let's follow the same query which is being displayed. Select asterisk from employees gives us this beautiful table which I created with 4 entries. Okay, so right now let's basically see how to edit these values which is in this table. So let's say for example, for employee name Michael, we want to change the employee salary. Instead of 30,000, let's say we want to change it as 40,000 or something like that. So how will we do it? So we do it with the help of update command. So what update command does is, update command initially takes let's say we say the employee name is Michael, and let's say we are saying to SQL that change the salary to 40,000 where the name is Michael. So basically that is the meaning of this SQL query which we are writing below. So if you see here, update employees is nothing but a table name. Set employee salary has 40,000 where employee name is Michael. Okay, so basically what this does is, where the employee name is Michael, first it searches and goes to that field. After it goes to that section, it takes the salary and keeps it in its hand. Now what it's doing is, we have set the SQL to change the salary as 40,000. So what it does is, instead of 30,000, it changes it to 40,000. Hence we see that query okay and water affected. So if you print the table, you can clearly see that Michael's salary has changed from 30,000 to 40,000. Okay, so this is basically what we are done over here. So this is basics of SQL. We have not covered everything, but this is enough for our next upcoming project. Okay, thank you.